you're trading your data to watch this video, and that's because you're watching it on Web 2. Hey YouTube, it's Reshad, and today we're going to follow the money with Web 3 and get to the bottom of exactly how a Web 3 app would make money. Let's back up for a bit. Web 3.0. No, it's not you upgrading your Chromium browser to the latest version, but if you haven't done that, you probably should. How did we end up here? The capabilities of the internet are making another step change in its functions. Web 1.0 was read-only web. Think a restaurant putting up its menu on the internet on a web page and a number to call. Now that may not seem like much, but back in the 1990s, that restaurant would have been the talk of the town. And you know, that's where all the cool kids would have grabbed their grub. Web 2.0 is the internet that you can view, but also manipulate. Not that hard to imagine, since that's the space where most of the applications of today exist. For example, you can interact with this web page by clicking that subscribe button down there. That's what all the cool kids are doing, no pressure. Web 3 is essentially the internet of applications that are powered by the blockchain. Every Web 3 app is owned by every one of its users. It's decentralized. And in this video, we're going to talk about how such a decentralized organization can make money. A DAO is a Chinese term that means the way. But once you've made your way out of Chinese philosophy class, it means a decentralized autonomous organization. Decentralized because the app exists on the blockchain, meaning on all participating computers of the blockchain network. Autonomous meaning that it isn't run by middle management breaking the backs of warehouse workers. It's run by smart contracts that are responsible for breaking the backs of warehouse workers. Smart contracts aren't what this video is about, but here's a scenario that's going to help you wrap your head around what a smart contract can really do. Imagine this. Hertz goes bankrupt for a second time, and now a car rental company that is a DAO emerges. A smart contract that lets you pick up your rental car can take in your license verification, your confirmation of payment, and unlock a Ford Fiesta in parking spot number 13 at exactly 9:30 a.m. Scenario 2. A car mechanic picks up that exact same Ford Fiesta for routine inspection, sends a confirmation of the inspection's successful report to the smart contract, and the smart contract sends a payment to the car mechanic's crypto wallet. Scenario 3. A baby-faced kid with an incredible voice tries to drive off a really red but rented Subaru after a bank heist, but crashes it and is unable to return it on time. The smart contract keeps billing the robber's account until the car is eventually reported totaled or stolen. Hertz goes bankrupt a third time. I'm kidding, that was a joke. Hertz, I've used your cars in the past, they're incredible, please don't go bankrupt again. But a DAO, like any other project, needs funding to kick off. A Web 2.0 startup would go to a VC fund, pitch its Uber for Toddlers app, raise a few $1 million that the founders would then eventually squander, pivot to something more investor-friendly, like Uber for Toddlers, but with more AI, and then raise a few $100 more million. The app eventually ends up becoming whatever the investors want it to become. That is, whatever is going to generate the most shareholder value. And there's nothing wrong with that. Not every app should be a DAO, but a DAO would raise its money through crowdfunding. Participants interested in a DAO could fund it by buying its native token. Think of native tokens as shares of a DAO, but with more capabilities. Everyone buying a native token of the DAO would own a part of the DAO, and therefore participate in the governance of the DAO. Whenever there are propositions to changes in the smart contracts that make up the DAO, all of the token holders can vote. The more tokens you have, the more voting power you have. The more successful a DAO is, the more valuable its native tokens become. In that sense, it's kind of like shares. Users can work for the DAO, for example, like that car mechanic that took our old Ford Fiesta for inspections, could get paid in the DAO's native token. Crowdfunding at its finest. The true merit of crowdfunding for a DAO isn't the fact that middlemen aren't greasing their palms for responsibilities that can eventually boil down to logical if and else statements on a smart contract. The true merit is that the direction that the DAO takes will have to be in the best interest of the community members and its users. Sometimes a VC-backed startup can lose sight of its vision to do good by trying to maximize shareholder value. And a lot of that value then ends up going to the investors and not you, the user of the app. Until next time, stay inspired, stay informed, and stay connected. Peace.